shifting gears a little bit over to some of the core Sage products. And for this episode, I really want to focus on some of the real core US based accounting type of products that Sage has out there in the ecosystem. So Emily is running through some of the basics. Let's start with like Sage 50. What is Sage 50? Who's it for? What are your thoughts on it? Again, we're being agnostic, so it doesn't have to be the best in the world if that's not your experience with it.
So, my knowledge of Sage 50 is a very small, it's meant for small businesses. It was known as Peachtree. Am I right,
Yep.
Matt?
Yep.
Yep. It was known as Peachtree in the early days until Sage bought it and renamed it Sage 50. I have switched a number of people off of Sage 50, and the most common thing as I'm switching people from Sage 50 that I hear is that it is too small and it has been too small for a very long time. So they are needing, as their business grows, they are needing to get better reporting. They are needing integrations. And Sage 50 just isn't meant to handle that. It's an on-prem solution. It hasn't and it doesn't grow with people's businesses, but it's a great solution if you're just starting out.
So I have a slightly different viewpoint. I actually don't think it's a great solution. I just throw it out there.
Ooh, hot take. Hot take.
Ooh.
I love it. First hot take.
I think it's not that I think. Look, you're absolutely right. Sage 50 was Peachtree. It's desktop. I think that's the most important component here. Sage 50 really hasn't been truly developed in years. And they call it cloud enabled, which just means that they host it on Azure and allow you to get access. And they do some interesting cloud enabled components. But if you look at the marketplace for Sage 50 as a much limited marketplace around things like industry specific solutions, things of that nature, and it really lost its market share. If you think about this, Peachtree and QuickBooks in the early 2000s, late 90s were really head to head, and QuickBooks just completely out dominated what Peachtree and what Sage 50 ended up being. And that's because it wasn't really invested in. It wasn't invested in by Sage. And if I'm being completely honest, my opinion for what it's worth is that Sage for a period of time was really more of a private equity firm that bought products and not really a true software firm that elevated products. Now that's changed dramatically in the recent past, but my experience with it is I don't even see really new units of 50 going on the market. I don't see clients or companies really choosing that as a new product. I see clients that have been on it for a long time staying on it because they don't feel like changing. And I see them migrating into the Intax and things of that nature or moving over to QuickBooks. But think of this big difference for a second. QuickBooks just ended life with their desktop. They will not sell it anymore. They are 100% cloud native and continuing to develop in the different capabilities that is QuickBooks. What has Sage 50 done in that
Yeah,
time?
and I'm gonna actually redact my statement. It was a great product at its time,
Yep.
because there was a time for it, and there was a time where people were moving to it. But like Matt said, QuickBooks stopped selling their desktop version. I'm curious to see what actually that does to the market.